What's up guys, it's your favorite Kiwi Coach. Welcome back to another video. In this video, it's going to be another Kiwi Coach Talks business. Specifically in this video, we're going to be talking about the differences between the Japanese workplace versus the American workplace. So without further ado, let's go do this thing. So welcome back to the channel guys. If you guys are new to Kiwi Coach Japan, we do a bunch of videos like this every single week. So what you gotta go do is hit that little red subscribe button, smash the like button, please leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think about this Kiwi Coach Talks business series. And as always, hit that little bell notification, you guys are getting notified every single time I drop a video. So the reasoning behind me creating this video is really for you Japanese golf instructors out there. I want you guys to kind of get a little bit of a look into kind of the American workplace. So you might be able to take some of the ideas that maybe, let's say, an American company would do into kind of what you're currently doing in your business. Now, I don't want this video to be like, oh, America is so much better. I totally get it, right? I feel like the Japanese workplace has a lot of advantages that the American workplace doesn't have, as well as I feel like the American workplace also has some advantages that the Japanese workplace doesn't have. So I feel like you as an instructor, if you can get a little bit of information from the American workplace, because you probably don't have a lot of experience in that, hopefully it can help you out. So for everyone out there, again, let me repeat myself, I'm not trying to diss on the Japanese workplace. I feel like there's a lot of great stuff in Japan that America does not have. However, again, like I said, America also has some good things. So let's try to kind of mold the two together and hopefully we can create something better. So one of the main key points I want to get across in this video is I feel like in the Japanese workplace, really one of the things that's rewarded the most is going to be hard work. And to give you guys an example of that, if you have people that stay after work and work overtime without getting paid, they probably have a better potential to get a raise in the company as opposed to someone who's leaving on time all the time. Now also, if you see people who are taking long work vacations, tend to be the people that also don't get the raises. So in my personal opinion, based off what I've seen, I think in the Japanese work environment, you're rewarded much more for your hard work. Now, opposed to maybe the American work environment, you're usually more so rewarded for productivity. Now, there's plenty of American companies that I can think of off the top of my head where that might not be the case. However, you're going to see the more successful American companies tend to be the ones where, hey, productivity is king over everything. And that just means that if you can create a process as an employee, you're going to have a much better chance of moving up the ranks, getting into the kind of the higher echelons of the company, as opposed to someone who's just doing their job, working long hours, but not necessarily creating those processes or creating ways for the company to get tighter and better. So how's this information going to apply to you independent instructors out there, or for you instructors who work for small academies or even large academies? Well, let's give you an example of this. Let's say after a lesson, what you like to do is create like a summary of the lesson for the client, as well as you give a really detailed practice plan and you create this long list for that client. Now, over the time, as you start getting more and more clients, what you're probably going to find is, I can't really do this level of work at this scale. So what you're currently going to be doing is you're going to be working, yes, very, very hard. And I would even say it's working hard on something noble as trying to help out your clients as best you can. However, it's not necessarily productive. As opposed to maybe in an American company, what you would find is, hey, if we could create an automated sequence to where you can just plug and drop, that type of automated sequence, you're going to be able to have a lot more clients and it's going to be productive over the long term. Now, obviously, you're trying to do that automated sequence to the best of your capability. You're probably going to spend a whole lot of hard work at first creating it. However, that hard work is now going towards something that's much more productive and much more scalable, as opposed to you actually going and individually doing every single little thing yourself. So now let me give you an example of what I do in my personal business to make my systems much more effective. Let's take my subtitlers for example. So let's say they did a 10-minute video. Typically my subtitlers would get paid 600 yen per minute. Now if they can actually complete the video within 48 hours, they're actually going to now get paid 800 yen per minute. And better yet, if they can complete the video within 48 hours and they do it without needing any type of revisions, that means they do it perfectly, they're going to now get 1,000 yen per minute. So as you can see, we're incentivizing them to do the job quicker and better. Now, when we take a look at maybe other Japanese companies and we kind of see the payment structure they have for, let's say, their sales team or maybe even for their instructors, we're seeing that sometimes the payment structure is actually de-incentivizing their workers to work better and faster for them. So what I recommend for you guys out there, if you see that in your own company, or if you're an instructor that have people working underneath you, and you also see that in your company, I'd highly recommend either talking to your owner, or if you are the owner, talking to yourself and getting that payment plan and structure to be much better to where you're actually incentivizing your workers to work faster and better. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't want to be dissing on the Japanese companies, as well as I do think that there's a lot wrong with the American companies as well. However, hopefully you guys learn maybe a little bit about kind of systemizing your process and really making everything a lot more productive as opposed to working hard. And hopefully I also give you some good examples where you guys can actually start thinking about it in the same way that I'm thinking about it and then bring it over to your own businesses or the company that you work with. So let's end this video off with this. I know a lot of you instructors out there are trying to better your golf IQ. You're going to seminars, you're spending a lot of money on bettering your education, which I think is a very noble thing, and I applaud you for that. However, I know it can become very expensive trying to learn and become better at golf. So that is why I created my Kiwi Coach shadowing program. As opposed to spending like $300, $500, even $1,000 for like a 4-hour, 6-hour seminar, you can actually now come to like an hour lesson of mine, 2-hour lesson of mine, and literally spend only 5,000 yen to attend it in person, or if you attend it virtually, you can only spend 3,000 yen per that lesson. So again, I created this shadowing program for you instructors out there. I didn't want you guys to have to overpay to get access to information. I wanted to bring it to a really reasonable price that I think that you guys can all afford, and hopefully take advantage and watch many of my lessons so you guys can get much better without spending a whole bunch of money like you would maybe on seminars. So if you guys are interested in that product, make sure to go hit up the link down below. That'll be the Kiwi Coach shadowing program. I really want to see you guys in my lessons, either virtually or physically. So hit that link up in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video.